with the details, I'm gonna let y'all know how it usually goes, okay? Especially when it comes to like certain greens, trafficking, so forth, okay? And usually, depending on what goes on, for some people, like I said, I tell people all the time, it is not great to suppress shit. And I mean literally nothing. I don't care how bad it is, how traumatic it is. You need to remember it because sometimes in certain situations, those details are very prevalent to help you or help whoever is in that kind of situation. Even if you ain't gonna look to save yourself, shit, at least put something out or information out that can be able to help somebody else to save their life or save, thousands of other people's life. And I feel like in this situation and in this predicament, you know what I'm saying, like people can be hateful, especially when it comes to the love of money. You'll see people go as far as they feel like it. Also, you have to be mindful of people too when it's like when they get in their feelings and their emotions. Maybe you're part of the more emotional intelligent, and some people don't like that. And depending on where you come from or how you was brought up or what, you'll have situations where people could feel like they could take advantage of that because it's like, oh well, they ain't say nothing, or they didn't bring it up, or they didn't say our name, so they couldn't be talking about us. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, that's why it's just like at this point, it's like shit. If I need to say your name, you're the stupid one because shit, you giving them a reason to go ahead and watch it to look at you or really investigate and dig into what it is because it's just like truth of the matter. How does it usually go? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me to bring up all these people from this church, and it's like, for me, I know most of it stemmed in this church because it's like, I'm trying to remember when I came to Florida, it was like early 2000s, okay? So, it's like a big change coming from Lawton, Oklahoma to coming to Florida. But, however, it's not like I ain't been to other places. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Nevada, I've been to California, I've been to Texas, um, other places, and of course, due to the fact of, riding and being with family and stuff like that. But how it's usually set up when it comes to church and they're doing trafficking and stuff like that. When I brought up the demons and stuff like that, for them, Val used to pull cards, and it was a lot of shit that was going on in the church. And I remember it got to a point where so-called uncle and auntie would be like really, really, really fucking hard on me. Why you talking to them? And why the fuck can I talk? Cause shit, what the fuck I'm talking about is the truth. And most of the time, I learned from a lot. A lot of people do not like the truth. Okay, some people feel like you try to buy that, you try to. I ain't nobody try to do none of that. It's just the fact of the matter in what's being presented. So my vibe of what I had got from her was very intriguing because I was just like, why would you be somebody, mind you all the way from Florida, your husband, you know, is prestigious. He's over the sheriff department out here in Orange County. And people be like, oh, bitch, how you be knowing who all these people are? Because I went to church with all these motherfuckers. I went to school with most of they motherfucking kids. And then some of these other kids, I used to watch them and stuff like that. And it's just like, shoot, certain behaviors and demeanors, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Correct? Correct. Okay. So when I was just like observing, I'm sitting here like, dang, ain't no way somebody gonna go this hard over, if you feel like, hey, I ain't did nothing wrong, it's nothing like that, then it must be something else, right? So it's like, well, how would they all get along, and how would you know who was who, or who to invite along to come, come along with it, type thing. And I was just like, oh, once I put the pieces together, because it's like I can understand if I didn't know nobody involved in the situation, maybe it could have went a little bit smoother for these motherfuckers. But considering that I already knew what was in the energy, because you got to pay attention. Eventually, shit, my family taught me. Listen, I knew everything what love was not. Okay, but that's usually how it goes. Most people sit there and you observe it, and I was like, damn, she do tarot. And it was like, damn, Val, why was you like? You're black. And this would have been like, she's real black, not Kamala. But I was like, oh, Kamala. And I was like, damn, Kamala Harris is in fucking position. But the only reason why she in position, and most of these people that's in, on certain places like Senate and shit like that, you have to have dirt on somebody for somebody to be like this. If Biden came to you personally and he wanted you, he didn't want Kamala. Kamala just got it because it was just like, shit, you was just next up and we need this black person. Because the prophecy on the back end, when you hear people about doing these rituals and shit like that, it's a real thing. It really goes on. Shit. Military do it. Some people be like, I ain't gonna talk about it because it's my brotherhood and this is my livelihood. Yeah, and you're the same way in the same scary space as anybody that gets social security, disability. Well, if I move like this, the VA gonna cut off my check. Why is the VA cutting off your check? If they told you permanently and totally disabled, because shit, I'm sitting there looking at my record and stuff like that, and all these people putting all these diagnoses into the record. I'm just sitting here like, well, shoot, I ain't really physically had an encounter with this doctor. I could see if I had 3, 4, 5 sessions with these people. However, it wasn't nothing like that. And then the biggest part of it is I'm asking about people that were on the record, who was supposed to be on record, that was meeting me, coming to my house and talking to me. And I was like, well, damn, the day that my son died, I remember it was an Indian woman and Dr. Porter and Dr. Castro. But I was just like, shit. I'm sitting here watching the Indian folks. Well, now I seen that the Indian folks, from India, I didn't notice that they didn't set their ass down. Yeah, I'm connected to Kalima, Droga. Yeah, Shiva, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, okay, you want to talk about Jesus who come to Nazareth? Well, let me give you a hard breakdown. And people are like, how you know about all this? I don't give a fuck if you're a 33rd degree fucking Mason Shriner, been doing this shit since 1953. That ain't got shit to do with me. I promise you I can shut that down. Or Proctor said, I don't give a fuck what Proctor said. Shit, I'm worried about what the fuck the Russians and the rest of them doing, because shit, apparently the Russians is holding on to fucking information. And it behoove a lot of people. Shit, I'm gonna learn the language if I got to. Right? But already, when it comes to knowing what the fuck horror is and how the horror can play out in the street, shit, watching it and then, shit, you gotta play it off with family and friends and stuff like that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Knowing you didn't forget. So, you put it in, pretending like, well, dang. Was it really like that when you had to figure out who did what and when they did it and how they did it? What was the setup? What was the plot? And how does it go? You start to realize and you pay attention to how people move, how they talk, what's the body language, um, who they talk to, who they hang with. You know what I'm saying? You pay attention to certain skills like that. And for me, I'm gonna pay attention to fucking every little fucking detail, because it's like whenever you had a situation where most of the time most people are looking to, hey, I want you to fail. I need this person to fail. And I was like, well, people can't be that motherfucking hateful, because the only time people are hateful like that is just like they gotta have a serious like vendetta against you. But it's like, where does it come from? Or it's like, I see in majority in black homes, it'll be because, oh, well, they ain't my kid or something like that, and they treating them horrible. That's why what everybody was like, oh, you remember such and such, and I remember every fucking thing. I remember who was around, because it's like, it's still one question about one lady that I've been asking about for my whole life, because it was like, I remember going, I don't know if it was a daycare, but to me, it could have been like CPS or something like that. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I just remember a lady named Miss Deborah. And when Miss Deborah, it was just like, I was always with her. Anywhere I went, you know what I'm saying? This was in Lawton, Oklahoma. And anywhere I went, I was with Miss Deborah. I remember she was driving around in the van and stuff like that. I stayed dressed, my hair was combed and stuff like that. But then it was just like, certain periods where everybody like, you remember this? I remember a lot of shit. Just ask me. I promise you, ask me about the year. Give me a second, let me marinate. And I'm 1,000% sure I'm gonna be able to tell you some key information that's probably gonna be needed. But just give me a second. Let me sit with it and ruminate. And then on it, because I was just like, damn. I remember writing to Val because I think something was happening. As a matter of fact, I remember sending a message before Val's, I'm gonna step down and resign and doing that. But I remember sitting message because people was like, well, you know, send it to commissioner, and then you send it to Senate, and then it's supposed to go up, so forth, right? So I'm just like, well, shit. At the same time, well, since everybody want to play this game and act like they fucking innocent, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this shit down before y'all even get it started. So before y'all get ready to, like, I already knew the in between intricacies. Okay, well, this person go, like, you know, let me call them, because most of the time they be like, well, the parents is gonna know the child best. Shit, they had them, and depending on how long they had them or the demeanors and stuff like that. But then sometimes some people fail to realize if somebody's willing to put a child in a situation, whether a child or an adult in that type of situation, what fuck would make you think they're gonna really, really know that child? Because if somebody's willing, like, really angry or emotional or thinking in an erratic way, be willing to give away a child like that, do you not think you need to be questioning that person's fucking mental capacity and not the person that's sitting there saying, oh, they're a drug addict, they're this, they're that, they're this? Or apparently for the fucking drug addict, they're still, you know, had enough common sense to say, hey, I probably need to get another bit of education or something like that. But it's like, where's the hindrance from it? And why go so hard at somebody that ain't even coming for you? And then it's like, why would you get mad? Because it's like, shit, how you know that? Bitch, I ain't never been around you, remember? But you saying you know me. But since we gonna feel like we're gonna know each other, let's, you know, spread the tea. Let's go ahead and what's in your closet. Because it's like, you looking for what's in mine. Ain't nothing in mine. You already know what's going on with mine because y'all are aware of what's already happening. And instead of just saying, hey, look, we got info on such and such, let's help them, they'll be more of an asset on our team than what it is that we're working with these people to do that. Now, all things is cool, you know, all things is not motherfucking cool, because some people be making it cool. You trafficking kids, you sitting there targeting people that's already weak. You're weak. Because the weak is going to go after the weak. It makes complete sense. But then it's like, we can't defeat this one because, bitch, I ain't motherfucking weak. And I'm not for the weak. Because they're going to have something to say. They're going to cry. They're going to complain. Oh, you hurt my feelings. You said this. Or the biggest thing, I got to get them. They made me angry. They told my secret. But bitch, you shouldn't have had a secret in the fucking first place. Leave me the fuck alone. Or you shouldn't have did the fucking fuck shit. And then it's like, now I got to figure out a way that I can kill them. Whoa, why you want to kill somebody? Whoa. Why are we getting straight to killing? Oh, you're in your feelings, so you lack emotional intelligence. Why would anybody want to follow someone that does not have emotional intelligence to say, like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? They on that type of time. That's just the type of time they on. And somebody's just struggling with the fact, like, you don't give a fuck about none of this. You don't give a fuck about it. You the church, baby, listen. A 2 for a 2, an eye for an eye, right? But the biggest part of it is some people just don't have certain things and they just not ready to accept that part. But then you just let people just think what fucking ever. But this is how they usually set up, because I was like, well, when it comes to this, and for y'all to be some supposedly black prestigious people in the community, y'all the most motherfucking low life. You willing to go ahead and do this, bitch? This is not slavery. We're not in slavery no more. So you're basically still thinking that it's okay to go ahead. Oh, they're underprivileged and they're struggling. So we can do what it is that we want to do, because shoot, long as we get their parents or family to just say X, Y, and Z shit, it's free game for us. And I noticed, I was like, just paying attention to the lawyers, how they was moving, paying attention to how the courts was moving. I paid more attention to it due to the simple fact, after my son's case, because I knew it was wrong. Everything in me told me that shit was wrong. How dare you send me a letter talking about threatening me from Montgomery County courthouse to say if I came back to rebuttal the case that I will be charged with what you charged them in? Seriously? And it wasn't no still you gonna put your name and then sign it. Oh, okay, cool. So no problem, because we know that's what, a 7-year, but ain't nobody say after 8 years, because considering here's the loophole for the dumbass fucking judge, because how you the judge and you forgot your own fucking loophole. You forgot anything, including that's any crime or criminal, especially if it's sexual, being targeted, racism, or anything that's very detrimental to the child or the parent, and you're putting me in those situations. Do you not know, as the judge, that you wrote that letter and you signed, sealed, and copied that motherfucker, and I still got a copy of it? Because everybody swear to, oh, she ain't got it. It's okay. I'll make sure that every single paperwork, down to my storage, down to wherever the fuck I leave them papers at, you ain't gonna find it. I promise you won't. But any child crime, there's no statute of limitation when it comes to kids being the fuck involved in it. especially got the proof. And then it's like, oh, well, we want this person to be the fall for it because, well, most of the time, because I was like, well, shit, when it came to Shane was a police for Sanford. He was a police for Ocoee. And I think he almost got put on with Orlando, but he didn't do Orlando because he ended up going active guard. And I was just like, shit, everything, okay, Sharita, you putting the pieces together, but it's like, why ain't nobody want to speak up? Everybody Billy Badass behind the scene, but ain't nobody come and talk to me. Oh, because you going to jump up. You just telling me you a pussy. That's it. You just telling me you scared because you weren't scared when you did that. And then you putting people and their kids in dangerous situation, but you scared to get physically touched? That's beyond me. Oh, I'm gonna shoot you. No, bitch, let's go old school. Let's go back to 19 motherfucking 62. If you win some and you lose some, but you live to see another day. Thou shall not kill. God told me I can't kill, but he ain't tell me I couldn't torture the fuck out of nobody. He didn't say I couldn't hunt your ass. He ain't say that I couldn't call on my ancestors to handle that. And how they get handled. He didn't say that it had to be handled in a particular way. And it's kind of strange how certain things can go a certain way when it's like, oh, damn, we ain't sleeping, we ain't eating, I can't think straight, I can't do this, I can't do that. I know you can't. And you won't for a long ass motherfucking time. Because it's like, oh, ain't no way they could be that powerful. Yes, way. Yes, way. Oh, you getting people caught up with fucking cartels and shit? Okay, cool. Yes, way. Yes, way. Let's have fun today. And then it's like, oh, we motherfucker took it that far. Yeah, we taking it that far. Yeah, let's take it there. Let's do this together. Then it's like, oh, okay. Maybe we should reconsider and not do that again. No, you shouldn't have did it in the first place. And then it's like, oh, we don't know nothing about tarot. That's not of gold. But you can tell me about what it means, right? So if you're a Mason, that means you playing that shit too. Eastern Star's no fucking different. S Star. If we're gonna get all into the book, I don't need no motherfucking book to tell me what the hell it is. You ain't gotta tell me shit about the fucking Star of David. History tends to repeat itself. I don't care if it was BC 402 or we was overstuck in the 402. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is in the area code of 402.